How good are the Jacksonville Jaguars going to be this year? Let's talk about it, because last year around this time, they were everybody's dark horse Super Bowl pick. And they started out fast. For the first half of the regular season, they were in control to lock up the 1 seed in the AFC South. But once they got into the second half of last year, Trevor Lawrence got banged up against the 49ers, and that's when things just went haywire for them. So you go into the 2024 NFL season, and there's a lot to feel good about with Jacksonville. You got a new defensive coordinator and Liam Nelson, who did a fantastic job with Atlanta's defense last year. And Jacksonville's defense should be a lot better at generating a more consistent pass rush. Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen both could be guys who have over 14.5 sacks this year. You also signed a really good interior defensive lineman in free agency from the San Francisco 49ers. His name is escaping me right now, but it's going to come to me eventually. And I love the depth that they have in their secondary this year as opposed to last year. And offensively, if your offensive line can play at an average level, I feel good about Jacksonville's chances of being able to have the NFL's or one of the NFL's most explosive passing attacks this year. Trevor Lawrence, when he's healthy, we know that he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. He's a top 10 quarterback at his best. And you give him Brian Thomas Jr., who they selected in the first round out of LSU. This is a rookie wideout that isn't getting enough attention. If you're looking for a sleeper wideout to draft in your fantasy football leagues, look no further than Brian Thomas Jr. This is a fantastic wideout when it comes to winning those one-on-one 50-50 ball matchups downfield. He's going to be a good red zone target. And for a guy of his size, he moves pretty well with the ball in his hands after the catch. You got Travis Etienne, one of the better all-around running backs in the league. What slowed down Jacksonville's offense at times is that their rushing attack wasn't as effective as what it should be when you have a back that has the talent of Etienne. And at wide receiver, you got Gabe Davis, who I know he's not the most flashiest guy. He's known for being more inconsistent than not. But I love the big playability that you get with him. And with him and Brian Thomas Jr. being your two outside receivers, I think that you're going to be very good at throwing the ball outside of the numbers than what you were last year, because Calvin Ridley just wasn't a good fit for Doug Peterson's offense. And for Doug Peterson, I'm expecting him to take back over the play calling because Press Taylor isn't it. And if Doug Peterson takes back the play calling duties, I love this offense ability to be able to live up to the potential that they have, because this should be a top 12 offense, a top 15 offense at worst. And if Trevor Lawrence can be better at taking care of the football, I love Jacksonville being able to at least win 10 games this year and at least making it to the divisional round. I don't think they are as good as what the Houston Texans are. The Houston Texans are just a different animal this year. But the Jaguars are one of those teams that I feel have quietly been written off due to them having so high of expectations going into last year and them failing to live up to them that people kind of have soured over them. But there still is enough talent on this team to make it to the playoffs. You got Trevor Lawrence, who's tied for being the highest paid quarterback in the league. They believe in this brother, and I do too. Trevor Lawrence is the best thing that happened to Jacksonville in a very long time. And as long as they can keep him upright, they can keep him healthy with the improved defense, I'm pretty confident that Jacksonville ends up being a playoff team this year.